Hey, what's up, viewers? So I got I installed this new garage door opener. It's the model Genie, the belt drive, model 1055, and works pretty good. Of course, I got a couple extra little things like that Mi Ross controller that controls gives you access to Apple home kit and stuff like that, so you can control it with that, because it doesn't have any Wi-Fi built in or anything like that. But basically, I didn't like the wall switch I got, so I'll show you that here. Okay, just a standard wall switch with the red light. That's all it does. It doesn't have any controls on it, like light and then up and down on the on the garage door opener and that little lock button. But I was pretty curious to think if this would work. So this is the Genie professional line wired wall console for Series 2 electronics. Now, it's kind of an experiment because I don't think the model 1055 or 1055 has Series 2 electronics in it, but I put a little section in the video here about what I've pretty much found. And if it does make in this video, if it does, I'm sorry, but I'll try to put it into the video that they almost essentially had the same board. I looked for online, I looked for a garage opener, a Genie garage opener that looked very similar to the 1055 that had this controller, and I was like, well, it doesn't look that much different. Then I looked at the inside boards of the actual garage door opener. Okay, so I said I was going to put this part in the video. Okay, I'm on the Lowe's website. Here's my controller, or my garage door opener right here, the 1055. Okay, it's at half horsepower. Okay, got the little funny remote, right? And then if you look down just a little bit, or maybe right next to it actually, you have one that has a little bit more on it. Now let's take a look at them. Okay, very similar model. If you see right here, you zoomed in a little bit, you can see it says 2055 right there. So that's the kind of the step up from the 1055. All right, and then you go to this one. So you get that one to come up. All right, this is your 1055. Like I say again, with the little remote right there, this is the 1055. Okay, it's showing it has just simple things that are with it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So what I started doing is I took those two model numbers and I went to Genie's actual website. Yes, I went to Genie's website, and this is the circuit boards they have. Now don't go just replace a circuit board, just go and look at them. So this is a Series 2 circuit board right here. Okay, has this controller, this wall controller, and that's how it looks. So you'll start looking at similarities like transformers, capacitors, stuff like that. All right, so I started searching and I put in the 2055 board just to see what it looked like. We'll get that to come up, and they got all the parts for the 2055 garage door opener, and here's the circuit board right here that's inside. So I took a kind of a mental picture of this. I started saying, okay, it's got two capacitors, firmware chip right there, light controls, all that stuff. All the little plug-ins look the same. There's a relay and connections where all your wires go out to your sensors and your wall remote, right? So I started looking at that. Then I said, okay, well, let's see what the 1055 looks like. So then I typed in, your 1055. Okay, let's pull that up. See, now we got the circuit board for that one. Okay. Okay, and the similarities are still there too. It's got a couple missing capacitors right here because it's less horsepower, so it means a little bit of a weaker motor to drive, but it still has a couple capacitors, firmware chip, connections where all your stuff goes to your wall console and your sensors on the side of the garage door opener. Still has the same plug-ins and everything. There's not that relay is not there this time, but a lot of the similarities are there. And that's why I figured that this doesn't look like the Series 2 one we saw earlier in this video, but it does have similarities to the 2055. So how the 2055 is, having that, let's go back to that particular one. Having this particular controller, I figured it was going to work. And that's my theory. So save yourself some money, get this wall console and work it with a cheaper garage door opener. So I'm like, let me try it out. So got the button here and it says it right there, I'm going to use with Series 2 controls. So I'm going to try it out. So got it out the package, comes with the instructions, and let's go ahead and get to it. Let's just get to it. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and take this one out. You probably should disconnect the power first, but I'm just one of those people that I'll just try it out. So since it's somewhat of an experiment, we're not going to really mount it, we're just going to try it. So got a control here. I know it's important to get these buttons right. It's got the W on one side and BW on the other. Don't really know what that means, but you have to kind of match it up with what you got here. So my wires aren't really color coded or anything like that, but I know one side says W and one side says B. So I'm going to try to match that up on here. So let's get these loose. It's kind of loose. We'll put that in my pocket for a second, and we'll just remember what wires are what. So that's the W wire we just took off. So let's just put a little bend in it. It's got a red. Now see, it's got something on it identifying it. Well, now we know it's a red. So I'm gonna put this in my pocket, and then we're gonna get the other one. I'm gonna put this one on the W side, and we're gonna keep that clear so we don't short out nothing. Let's screw that down, and then something pops, and guess I'm gonna get another garage door opener. We'll put that on here. So far it looks like it's working. Got the red light. All right, and there we go. So now here's the fun part. Let's see if it opens the garage. So we'll push the button. Now I did read, if you don't get the red light, that means you hook these up backwards. Just flop them over. You get your red light, and then you're good to go. So it's going to push the button and see what happens first. Okay. So it is opening the garage. Okay, so at least that part works. All right. So that's all open. And we'll close it because it's pretty cold out here in Colorado today. We'll let that close all the way so you can hear me. Okay. So it is closed, just for people that think it doesn't work. So now I'm going to turn off all my lights in my garage here, because there's a light button on this control. Now I want to see if I can turn the light off. Let's see. Okay, it turned the light off on the control. If I push the button for light, it turns the light on. So I guess this button is functional. me turn the light off on the camera here, just so you can definitely see it working. Okay, see, it's really pretty dark, but that's the light coming from the garage door itself. Push the button. Pretty dark in here now. Let me push it again, and it works. Okay, let me turn on my my garage lights again. Now, the final test I want to do is a security test to make sure that it basically does what it says. And what I got here is the little remote you put in your car. It's really small. It comes with the 1055, but yes, this one does work the garage. Let me stop it, put it back down. So you know this works the garage. I'm gonna put on the get my light back on. Okay, gonna turn on the security. So it's got, you know, a little lock here. So I'm locked right now. That's like when you go on vacation, you don't want anybody getting into your garage. So put on the lock position. And I didn't do anything to the garage, but it did turn off the light on here. So I'm assuming, yeah, that didn't do anything to the garage. It just blinked. And then if I push this button here, nothing happens. But it's like it's blinking something in the garage door opener when I push it. Just take a listen. There's like a relay clicking inside the garage door opener. So that further, you know, takes it out of the loop. And if my car was open, I'd try my home link, but I'm sure that doesn't work. It's gonna be the same as this. So now it's locked down. Can't nobody get into the garage while you're on vacation, or you're gone for a certain amount of days or something, or you just want to turn off the garage door opener at night so nobody that you know, clone to your control can get into your garage. And then, you know, when you get back from vacation or you wake up in the morning, you want to get out of the garage, push this switch down and you're back in business. All right, so if anybody has this garage door opener and they want to know if this Genie controller would work with it, now you know. And you know, just deal with the old little dinky button they give you. What is this? I mean, what is this? This is nothing. Up and down, that's all you get. This one you get 3 functions. Light, which still works. Okay. And up and down, and security lock. Okay, so I hope this helped out somebody. Thanks for watching.